evening, Stevens Point. I'm Breanna Schmitt.
And I'm Nathan Wegner.
This week on SPTV News, the last blood drive of the year is coming up. The Diversity and College Access is holding a presentation on DACA, and Cornerstone Press will be holding their book launch next week.
All of this and more when we return.
Next week, UWSP will be hosting their last official blood drive of the year. This is a joint event with the American Red Cross and Campus Activity and Student Engagement Office. Registrations for blood donation and volunteering have been open since the start of November. However, the blood drive stated that currently there are not enough donors registered. They have continuously prompted the blood drive through the university and website. The registration for donating and volunteering is still available at the UWSP CASE website. The blood drive will be held on Tuesday, December 5th and Wednesday, December 6th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the DUC Laird Room.
The net neutrality regulations created by the Obama administration is being repealed by the Federal Communications Commission. The Trump-appointed FCC chairman, Ajit Pai, plans to repeal the heavy-handed internet regulations and return to the light-touch framework under which the internet developed and thrived before 2015. This will be a huge change for internet companies and internet users. Regulations on internet service providers who currently promote open networks and free speech will be minimized. This will lead to a closed-down network where big corporations like AT&T and Comcast will make the decisions of which websites, content, and applications have priority. Pai's plan to repeal net neutrality regulations will be put to a vote by the FCC commissioners on December 14th.
There are only 3 weeks left of the semester. However, there is still enough time to volunteer for the community and gain work experience for your resume. 'Tis the Season is an event where you can decorate cookies for the elderly and make holiday cards for hospitalized children. This event will be accompanied with the event Breakfast with Santa. Volunteers will also be able to make cards with children who will attend Breakfast with Santa. If students sign up for volunteering before Friday, December 1st, 12 p.m., they will be provided with a free meal. Sunday with Seniors is a volunteer opportunity to work with senior citizens. Students will be visiting the North Haven Assisted Living Home to spend time with their residents one Sunday a month. Transportation will be provided for the volunteers. Students must sign up through the SPIN website. This volunteering event will be on Sunday, December 3rd, and 'Tis the Season will be on Saturday, December 2nd.
Recently, the Chancellor made a comment on UWSP's stance on DACA. Next week, UWSP Diversity and College Access will be hosting a presentation on DACA. The DCA is inviting the community to learn more about what the policy is and where the DACA recipients are now. They will also include information on what the audience can do about the subject matter. There will be 2 sessions of the presentation. The first presentation will be on Monday, December 4th from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the CPS building, room 116. The second presentation will be on Wednesday, December 13th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the CPS building, room 322. SBE credits will be available for the presentations.
Soon-to-be Pointer graduates should prepare for their big commencement day. The University Store and Text Rental is hosting a UWSP Grad Fest. This will be a vendor fair where future graduates can buy their cap and gown. Caps and gowns will be available at this time until Friday, December 8th. The Grad Fest will be opening on December 4th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Those interested can be part of educating UWSP on diversity and inclusion. The Alliance of Multicultural and Diversity Organizations will be hosting Table Talk for Unity, starting on December 4th to December 7th. The event is looking for hot topics facilitators and student panelists. The hot topics are critical topics that affect our society and communities in it, and this event will allow students to understand why it is important to be aware of it. There will be an interactive discussion where students are encouraged to participate, ask questions, and form their own opinions on these topics. The application for the panelists are currently opened at the UWSP SPIN page.
That is all the news we have for you this evening.
We will be right back with sports after the break.
Tobacco use is the largest preventable cause of death
and disease in the United States.
Cigarette smoke kills more than
480,000 Americans
each year.
41,000 of these deaths
are from exposure
to secondhand smoke.
Smoking harms nearly
every organ in the body.
Every day,
more than
3,800 kids
Under the age of 18
smoke their first cigarette.
More than 16 million Americans
live with a smoking-related disease
on average
smokers die 10 years younger
than non-smokers.
Smoking causes
cancer,
Heart disease,
strokes,
lung diseases,
diabetes,
and chronic bronchitis.
Quiet on set.
We'll be back in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take Ben.
Live at SPTV. Mic check. Audio check. News director's adjusting the sound. Teleprompter running smoothly. Floor director, alert. Cameras are rolling. Bring in the talent. Where's the makeup artist? Anchors ready for the news. Are you ready to join SPTV? That's a wrap. Lights out.
Serving a campus of 9,600 strong, we are the home of UWSP Television. We are SPTV. You can find us on Charter Channel 983, online, or on any of our social media sites.
Welcome back, Pointers. In sports this week, the UWSP men's hockey team finished Thanksgiving break with a win and tie in the holiday tournament at KB Willett Arena. On Friday night, they tied MSOE 2-2, scoring for the Pointers was Logan Fredericks and Wilhelm Nan Lambert. On Saturday, they beat Aurora University 6-2 to win the tournament. Wesley Ashley, Logan Fredericks, Tanner Carty, Wilhelm Nan Lambert, Colin Raver, and Kelly O'Brien scored for the Pointers. The Pointers hit the ice this weekend when they go on the road on Friday to face UW River Falls and return home on Saturday to face UW Superior. The Pointer women's hockey team won their last game this past Tuesday, a 2-1 overtime victory over Marian University. Cara Lemrad scored in the second victory to give the Pointers the early lead. Maddie Monroe then scored just over 2 minutes into the extra period to win the game. The Pointers don't hit the ice again till next Friday and Saturday when they go on the road to play St. Mary's University and Augsburg University. Switching to the hardwood now, the Pointers women's basketball team won their last game last Tuesday when they beat Lakeland University 58-44 in the Bird Gym. The Pointers were led by their 14-point run in the first quarter, and Carly Serrato led the Pointers with 11 points. Serrato got the Pointers' run started in the first quarter when she hit a three-pointer. Last night, the team traveled to Kenosha and came away with a win over Carthage College. Last night, the Pointers faced off against Carthage College down in Kenosha. They couldn't overcome their slow start offensively as they lost 67-49. Callan Schmitt was the lone pointer in double digits and finished with 10 points. Pointers are back on the court tomorrow night at home when they face St. Thomas, with tip-off scheduled for 5 o'clock. SPTV will be broadcasting the game live. Meanwhile, the Pointers men's basketball team dropped their game on Saturday against St. Norbert, a 58-54 loss on the road. Drew Fredrickson and Aaron Netz led the scoring for the Pointers with 8 points. The Pointers head back out on the road this Saturday to face UW Superior. The Wisconsin Badgers football team finished undefeated for the first time since 1912 and kept the Paul Bunyan Axe in Madison after they beat Minnesota 31-0. Alex Hornerbrook had his first interception-free game of the season. He finished the day going 15-19 for 151 yards with 3 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor continued his stellar freshman season, ending the day with 20 rushes for 150 yards and a touchdown. The Badgers' focus now shifts to the Big Ten Championship, where they'll face Ohio State Saturday night in Indianapolis. The Badgers basketball team finds them a game under 500 after a 49-37 loss to Virginia on Monday night. Ethan Happ led the Badgers scoring with 14 points, but poor shooting doomed the Badgers. The Badgers were averaging 75 points per game and finished with half of that, and they only shot 31% from the field.
The Badgers return home to face Ohio State at home on Saturday with a 4 p.m. tip-off. Brett Hundley dropped to 1-5 as a starter, and the Packers lost their second straight game after a 31-28 loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers Sunday night. Brett Hundley was 17 of 26 for 245 yards with 3 touchdowns, but that wasn't enough as Packers defense couldn't stop the Steelers from driving down the field in the waning seconds of the game. Chris Broadsley hit a field as time expired to give Pittsburgh the win. The Packers return home for a noon kickoff against the Buccaneers. That's all the sports stories we have for you tonight. Up next is entertainment news with Sartell. I'm Nicole Pfeiffer for SPTV Sports.
So I hear they have like a sale at the DUC or whatever. Yeah. Some like type of coffee.
Doesn't go with this now.
Warzala, the 7th largest book printer in North America, is hiring students for the semester. We are 100% employee-owned and located right here in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. All shifts currently hiring, with jobs starting at $10.80 an hour. Hours are flexible. For more information, contact the Warzala HR department.
Welcome back, Pointers. Dad Show Con took place 2 weekends ago at the Kalahari Resort in Wisconsin Dells. Nathan Wegner took a closer look at this event.
DaishoCon, a convention that takes place annually at the Kalahari Resort in the Wisconsin Dells, just celebrated its 10th anniversary 2 weekends ago.
It's a milestone. It is, first and foremost, a family-friendly event that we put on in the Wisconsin Dells. It's completely nonprofit, and it's just geared toward nerdy fun. I don't shy away from being a nerd. I don't think anybody else should. And so that's kind of how I label the convention too. And it is, so you're going to, if anybody shows up and has never been to a convention like that before, you're going to experience a lot of different things. You're going to see anime, you're going to see video games, you're going to see other kinds of cartoons, you're going to see tabletop gaming, you're going to see sword fighting with foam. You're going to see a rave, you're going to see a concert, there's going to be art and manga there, like just all sorts of different kinds of things.
This convention is staffed largely in part by UWSP students and alumni, as it was started by 3 alumni of the university.
Their names are Nick Bragensky, Zach Allen, and Zach Neal. They were with the organization for quite a long time, and they're all stand-up gentlemen. And they had, at the time, there was this convention here in Stevens Point called PointCon, and it was good, but it was small, and because it was even here on campus. It used to be in the CCC, and it was okay. And they were like, we could do that. And they sort of just put their heads together, and they started brainstorming, and they started figuring out logistics, and other people got excited about it, and they wanted in. That was right at the time where like Comic-Con was starting to become like a real thing, or Gen Con, down, it had like just moved to Indianapolis, I think, at that point. So It was starting to become, nowadays cons are everywhere, right? And you see them all over the place, and it's such a mainstay of sort of our fandoms. And back then it wasn't, it was kind of an unheard of thing. So, they got together and they made it happen. It was at the Ramada Inn, which used to be over on Business 51 over there. And it was there for quite some time, and that's how it got started. And it started off as as UWSP Club. They did the paperwork to get the club going, and it's evolved from there. Most of our volunteers are volunteers from here, new students and alumni of UWSP.
For everyone involved, there's a lot that goes into creating a good convention experience for everyone.
There's a lot to consider. I think a lot more than a lot of people realize. A lot more than I realized when even I interviewed to be the convention director this year.
Before the con, we have to get the room layout. We have to sign contracts with certain companies that'll help us out. And as a head, we also deal with who's going to be on staff, making the schedule, finding out what tournaments we're going to do, and it's also kind of keeping the room in order and make sure that if anyone has any problems, they'll come to us and we'll answer that question. Or if there's an event that needs to go on, maybe we'll help do it because we're the big head honchos.
For anyone interested in attending the con next year, it is recommended to register early and book your hotel sooner rather than later.
Always registered as far in advance as possible. That's going to get you the best deal for the amount that you'll spend. This year, our early bird special was $25 for the entire weekend, which is if you shop at other conventions that are our size, roughly the 5,000 person attendance, that is a steal. And then also book if you want to stay at the Kalahari, either because you just want that part of the experience or because you don't live close enough that you need a hotel, call them way in advance because they book out they fill up 6 months out.
If we do run out of hotel rooms, there's a lot of really great hotels around the area, so not the end of the world.
For students who want to get involved, DaishoCon meetings occur every Sunday at 6 in the DUC Encore.
If you want to join us, it's just as simple as coming to 3 meetings and then you're officially on staff.
All you have to do is show up. Even if you're not on campus, if you can get in touch with a member, we also broadcast our meetings currently over Skype. So anybody who can't attend in person due to scheduling conflicts or because their location doesn't allow for it or whatever the case may be, just reach out. We have an email too, hello@daishocon.com. We get inquiries that way too. But any students who are on campus, just come. I would encourage anybody to come. Honestly, there really is. I say nerd, but that's such a broad term these days, and everybody's a little bit nerdy now. If you came to DaishoCon and tried it out, I think you would find something that you liked. And if you have a family, it's definitely a great place to spend a weekend together.
This is Nathan Wegner with SPTV News.
If you want to know more information about DaishoCon, be sure to visit the website. Next week, Cornerstone Press will be celebrating the launch of their latest book, The Appointed Hour. The Appointed Hour is a collection of short stories that illustrates life in rural Connecticut. The book is about people who are forgotten in society and show how several generations have gone through struggles and persevered. Author Suzanne Davis will be joining Cornerstone Press to celebrate the book launch through a variety of events such as ornament and cookie decorating, open mic night, the book launch, and a writer's workshop. The book launch event will take place on Thursday, December 7th in the DUC Encore Room. The event is free to the public. For more information on other Cornerstone events, check out the Cornerstone Facebook page. UWSP's Theater and Dance Department will be holding their final production of the semester. SPTV's own Erika and I have more.
After Images 2017 is opening next weekend, and we caught up with one of the choreographers, Jacqueline Ganowski, for an inside look on what to expect.
After Images is a student-produced, directed, choreographed, and performed dance show that we perform every December.
Jacqueline explains her various roles in the show.
I am a choreographer. I choreograph the piece in the conservatory, and I am also a performer in that piece.
After Images is a production that is student-run, so you get to see a variety of dances from your peers.
This show is unique because it is totally student-run. There's very little faculty intervention with it.
The theater and dance department encourage you to come and see these artistic, never-before-seen dances that students have worked on all semester.
We hope to accomplish with After Images that other people outside, both in and outside of the theater and dance department, are able to come in and enjoy pieces that are made by their peers.
She also talked about the meaning and inspiration behind her dance from the game Clue.
Clue has always been my favorite board game, and I've always been interested in like murder mystery shows and things like that. So one day I was just playing the game and I was like, this could be a really cool idea for a dance. So I figured this would be the perfect place to try it out.
We also caught up with one of Jacqueline's dancers, Caitlin Hinckley, and her excitement for being in her first dance production as a freshman.
I'm most excited probably for the costuming and just being able to perform it finally.
This is Erika Jones and Sarah Sartell reporting for SPTV.
Tickets are $23 for adults and free for students with their ID on the day of the performance. The UW Stevens Point Music Department presents the piano area recital where UW SP musicians will perform for the public. SPTV's Wanzhen has more.
UWSP Music Department is hosting a recital to allow piano students demonstrate their skills.
The main purpose of this event is to generally let piano students experience what a real performance is like. The real performance is to, all the public people. It's a different experience when your audience is all from public, and also it's a good experience for public people too. You can invite your friends, your families, and also other music students to appreciate piano music by going to this event every semester.
This is a good opportunity for piano students to gain real-world experience.
All the piano students are supposed to perform in this event.
Yifan Ning described her experience of playing piano.
I have been playing piano for about 8 years. I came here 2 years ago, and this is my third semester actually at Stevens Point, and also for piano courses, because his music is, it's better for practicing techniques and skills. But since I came here, not only do I play technical music, but also for various composers that I've never experienced before. So I gotta experience that, and I gotta learn about music theory and combine, connect those knowledges about real technique, piano technique.
Piano recital happens once every semester after piano students have developed their skills.
This event is, it deserves for people's attending, because piano students do a lot of hard work for this performance.
For SPTV News, this is Wanzhen.
The recital is free for the public and will be held on Saturday, December 2nd at 3 p.m. in Mickelson Hall. Need a break from studying for finals? Entertainment Productions will be holding a screening of the award-winning film It. The film tells the story of 7 children in Deering, Maine who are terrorized by the shape-shifting being who takes the form of a clown. While battling to defeat this horror, the children must face their own personal demons in order to survive. Screenings will be held on Thursday, December 7th and Saturday, December 9th at 6 and 8:45 p.m. The event is free with a student ID or $5 without. That's all we have for you this week for entertainment news. Now over to Ji-Sung Kim with Pointer Politics. I'm Sarah Sartell with SPTV Entertainment News.
Thanks, Sarah. The Wisconsin Assembly just announced that they will not be releasing records related to complaints of sexual harassment or misconduct by lawmakers or staffers. The Assembly is concerned that making these records public could prevent victims from coming forward in the future. Assembly Speaker Robin Boss stated that the goal of an internal process is to make sure that every person who feels that they were a victim of any form of harassment has a way to report it confidentially. If the allegations are untrue, they want to ensure that the people have the right to their own privacy. If they are true, they want to make sure that the victim is protected. The Assembly emphasizes that the balance must be struck between ensuring victims' privacy and promoting accountability for those who engage in sexual harassment. Wisconsin is about to lose up to $150 million a year if Congress does not renew a child health care program. The Children's Health Insurance Program, or CHIP, expired on September 30th and Congress has not reauthorized it. The program has very little money and is on track to run out by March. When this happens, taxpayers will end up paying more. CHIP was aimed at helping the children of families who make too much to qualify for Medicaid health programs or who make too little to afford to private health insurance. Without a renewal of the CHIP program, federal taxpayers will cover only 59% of the cost of insuring those children in Wisconsin. That adds up to about $9.5 million more per month that state taxpayers will have to pay to maintain the coverage. That is all that we have for you this week in Pointer Politics. I'm Ji-Sung Kim, and we will be right back after the break.
It's a very welcoming place. Even if you don't know what support you need, just coming down, we can look at individual schedules and talk about all the different options that are available.
That the TLC can definitely help students even for the slightest little bit. The writing lab, especially because you're going to have to write papers for any of the classes, they're able to proofread those and give you feedback on those.
The writing lab has been around since 1973 and it's the second oldest writing lab in the United States, which is kind of cool.
Surprised by everything that I learned about TLC because I didn't realize there were so many resources for students.
We'd love to see more students down here. I mean, it's great that we have 35% of the student population utilizing us, but that means that we have 65% that didn't utilize us, and I know we have support services that could benefit just about everybody.
It means to me that I'm able to add another link between the TLC and the students. I know that as a big organization, it's kind of hard to get word out to the students, especially because they're not going out and meeting with the students or being part of their classes or anything like that. So having that extra link probably helps them out a lot.
And when you come down, there's free coffee, tea, and hot cocoa, so make themselves at home and learn a little bit about how they can be supported.
That's all we have for you this week in SPTV News.
This will be our last newscast of the semester. SPTV News will be back in the spring.
Until next time, Stevens Point, have a happy holiday and we'll see you again in 2018.